Okay, I want to get this cute top in and drink some tea. Okay, let's do this, shall we? Okay. Oh, hi there! Didn't see you. So as you can see, I recently changed up my style, got into a cuter outfit, and I didn't want to waste anything like morals or values on it. I mean, who wants to compromise anything like that on a cute little top? But sometimes, just sometimes, summer lovin' starts with a spring fling and we compromise on that, and I wonder why. So maybe there is a few reasons and a few guys to look out for. I wonder what they could be. Hi bloomers, and welcome back to my channel. So this week I opened up the conversation about relationships and specifically guys, which guys to look out for when we are getting ready for spring and for summer, and just in general, what type of guys are good for you and what are not so great. Now, disclaimer, not all guys are bad, but here are 6 of them that you should look out for when you meet them, or if you are already in a relationship with one of them. I like to call them the Mr. Tap Out. Tap out means get out of that situation. So let's start off with our first T. And T. The first T of tap out is Mr. Talk. Now Mr. Talk, his talk is really cheap, which means he's actually a liar. That is his second name. Mr. Talk is actually a liar. Now he is someone that says something and does not come to the table. For instance, if you say you have a party or anniversary that you want to remember or invite him to, he says he'll be there and he never shows up. He's not really a responsible person because he says something but he's doing something else. That is something to look out for. Mr. A is Mr. Aggressive. Now, Mr. Aggressive seems sweet in the beginning, but beware, because his sweetness is not always the best thing. It usually looks something like this. So you out and about with your friends, he's really sweet to you, he's sweet to your friends, your girlfriends like him, maybe his friends like you, but when you're alone he gets aggressive with you, and even that can turn into a little bit of verbal abuse and even emotional abuse, and that can turn into something really bad. So stop. If you're in an aggressive relationship, get out, tap out of it. Then the next one, Mr. P, Mr. Possessive. Now, Mr. Possessive treats you like a trophy. Yes, trophy seems good and the trophy seems like, I'm his cheerleader. But no. Mr. Possessive always wants to possess you, meaning you do not have your own individuality in the relationship. You can't do anything. He rules over everything. You need to listen to everything that he says, and that is not always right. Although he has authority, not everything he says is gonna go, you know? So Mr. Possessive would always say things and let you do things that are negative. He will try and control you in a negative way, not in a positive way. That is something to look out for. Then Mr. O, Mr. Obsessed with you. Now, this can lead to some deceptions. So in the beginning it might seem really cute. I mean, he's obsessed with me, I'm obsessed with him, we're in love. I mean, are you kidding me? Yes, we are. Okay, so Mr. Obsessed. This guy wants to alter himself, and that can lead to difficulties in the brain, mentally, emotionally, and eventually it will turn into a spiritual thing that is not very good for you. Mr. Obsessed will lead to temptations because he's gonna be obsessed with all of it, not just your face and your personality. I'm sorry, girls. Let's move on to Mr. Unsaved. Now this guy, this is a dangerous one. Can I just tell you what I've heard once? And I wrote it down because it was that silly and that funny. Okay, it says Mr. Unsaved. This is the guy who's not a Christian. I would serve God totally, wholeheartedly if he ever gave me a woman like you. Cheesy, right? Okay, cool. But also, why do you want someone like that? Just listen here. No. I could make a whole video on why not. I also wrote something else down, just in remembrance and trying to remember who this guy is, Mr. Unsaved. Someone to look out for is, why settle for a pricey counterfeit momentarily, in that moment, when you can have the truth freely and eternally. Now the truth is anything that comes from God himself, or it can even be God and his blessings. So Mr. Unsaved is going to talk you into a relationship with him, and you're just going to be unequally yoked, and that is not going to be good for your relationships, because you're not going to be on the same standards or even on the same page when it comes to certain things. Then Mr. Trying. Now this is the guy that is a bit of a mixture of all of them, and this is the most dangerous guy of them all, because he is Mr. Trying to get you to go that way. He's gonna push your physical boundaries in every single way, and he's gonna manipulate you to do things and to say things that you know aren't right, but you're gonna think that they are. It usually is something like this: if you love me, you will do it. Listen here, ladies. Just listen here. The real definition of love is in 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4. And you can go look it up. And there are just some things that are not affordable when it comes to certain guys. I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you and I'm having to spill the tea. This is actually Milo, but I'm spilling the tea and trying to help you out, just to discover what things are true and what things are not. So every single one of these tap out guys is going to manipulate you into saying things and doing things that you are not wanting to, and that you know is wrong, but they're going to manipulate it into trying to move your answer from no to yes. So I can go on and on and on about way more other things, and if I haven't mentioned something, then please let me know in the comments down below if there's something else you want to add to this tap out list that I wrote down. And also, Maybe next week's video can be about which guys to look for, like what character qualities that is good that we could look out for and be like, maybe that is worth considering and maybe have a bit of potential. Maybe not. Let's get creative down in the comments, and if you like this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Just remember to click the bell as well, because YouTube doesn't always remind you when I'm posting. And I know that you do not want to miss out on this new conversation that I opened up. So if you have anything else to say, let me know in the comments down below. And I do hope you have a lovely weekend. Bye, Bloomers! Right, Mr. Tap Out. First, T. This is a Mr. Talk. Now, Mr. Talk's cheap